you guys graduated to Hall H this year, right? First time?
First time.
Yeah.
What was it like in front of 6,000 fans?
No sweat.
You couldn't really see them. I mean, when the lights are on you.
It was very bright.
Yeah,
It was actually brighter than I thought it would be.
Did you get any funny questions? Any surprises?
Kaylee did. Kaylee got some funny ones.
It was mainly 75% people asked questions.
It was
8 years old. They were all
They
children.
were very young.
I
We
think
kept
that-
asking, where are your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were so confused.
I think the screener was 5 years old, and that's why they all got through. Because
Why do you guys see children?
they are incoherent, and they definitely were drinking like Triminic or something. That's what
Simon said there
What's
should not be drugs.
What's Triminic?
It's a cough syrup.
It's the only one I can remember. I used to love the orange stuff.
Is that because it had alcohol in it? Explains about that.
Yeah, that's what I found.
I heard there was a raffle to send someone to space?
That is
We
true.
did. We sent a person into outer space.
Yeah.
They left
Actually,
right.
Yes,
just
I will.
now, they just went
Yeah.
right in there.
They were the most annoying person in the panel.
We're like, you're going to space.
You've always had like big things happen during your panel
I
performance.
think that was why they wanted to like make sure it was because we had such a big one last year, so
Yeah.
they wanted to top it.
What's
Outer
gonna happen
space topped
next
it.
year? We're going to like behead someone or something.
Yeah. Escape the throat.
It's gonna have to be
Wrong
something.
panel.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something like insane.
It's not the raffle you want.
Yeah.
right?
No.
Game of Thrones man.
Sacrifice one of the classmates.
They
next
give
time.
out a clean
You find a machete under your chair. Sorry.
So let's talk a little bit about the show. What can you tell me as far as guest stars coming up? Anyone you're really excited about?
No.
We haven't
We know
gone
what
back to
happened
work
last
yet.
season.
Yeah. We haven't gone back to work yet, so I have no idea.
Is there anything you want for your characters that hasn't happened yet that you'd really, because they've done all sorts of things on the show, but anything that hasn't happened you'd love for your characters to do?
I'd love for my character to find some happiness and contentment at some point. He has some maturing to do.
Yeah.
And I really hope Kelly comes back next season.
I heard it's not So yeah, I'd like to come back next season.
That's pretty good.
That's my goal.
There's a lot of like geek speak on this show, obviously. Has there ever been anything you guys have said or done that fans have written in and said that's not true or that's not realistic?
We don't get it. The writers do. There's occasionally,
I
but
hear
we
some
aren't.
of it, some
You
of the
do?
neuroscience stuff. I get people persnickety about neuroscience stuff, specifically around the lab activities, because there's certain things, obviously for script reasons, we have to make work in a lab that might not work in a real lab. So I get that.
Where do you hang out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With other
In the back alley. She hangs out in an alley of Cedar City.
They drink out of test tubes.
Yeah.
So over
Scalpel fights. When you're in it.
Was that a West Side Story reference?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Thank God. If I messed that up, I'd have lots of trouble with this group.
Would come back next season.
No, definitely not.
Since you guys have done so many Comic-Cons, has there been one that stands out to you the most after all this time?
I only remember them before 7 p.m. I think
I have to say the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was cool. That's because we took a boat out into the ocean.
No, we were very irresponsible. But I also think, honestly, that I don't think we were all thrilled to go. We didn't know what this was. We were like, what is
We
Comic-Con?
knew what Comic Con was. We just didn't know.
Well,
what
I don't think we knew, like, why are we going? Like, we didn't
Yeah.
understand
It was a lot
I
of
thought it
like,
was a
hey
terrible
guys, this,
idea, yeah.
this
We
might
really
not.
didn't think it was a good idea. Like, we thought that these fans would not want this sort
Because
of
we're not a
show.
sci-fi show.
No.
I thought they're gonna run us out of town.
Yeah.
We're only going because we're this nerd show, and so it kind of insinuates that
That
we
they're
think
nerds
that they're
and-
nerds.
yeah.
And so-
And so we didn't want that to
And
happen.
Chuck said before the panel, he's like, look, there may only be
5
three
years
people
ago.
that are like, we don't know if anyone's gonna come because we're not.
And don't be
you know.
offended.
Yeah,
no
and then
one
we
shows
came out
up.
and it was like,
We were
thousands
like
of
rock
people.
stars.
It was very-
We thought, oh my God, we gotta
Yeah.
come every year.
And I think it was really most important for the writers who came, because they don't get approached on the street like we do, but and hear the compliments that we do. So it was a really bonding experience. But they got to see the chord that the show was striking at the time.
And it became so important to come back and like do it, each year. It just grew and grew and grew.
And we sent someone to space this year.
yeah, that was alright.
First year we gave out lollipops, and now
Yeah.
we're giving out, space tickets.
Space.
It was a golden ticket. You didn't get to see it.
I
It
didn't.
was an actual golden ticket,
Yeah.
like Willy Wonka.
It was amazing.
It
Yeah.
excited me.
When you go to space, you hand the golden
Yeah.
ticket.
Can I get on? One ticket to space.
Yeah.
And
you googling your question?
Then they all start, they all start
Okay.
singing.
Just so like, I thought you were like.
Oh, no, I
typing
just
the
moved
She
question.
was googling. She was
She's reading 50 Shades of Grey right now.
She's buying
That's
the
not
slate
true.
app.
She's like, I gotta get that app. She's like, can I get the question app? It just says.
Did anyone warn you before you were doing yours that we'll basically interview ourselves?
We're terrible.
It makes my job really
You were the
easy.
worst.
Come on.
Sorry.
We're adorable. Stop.
You're adorable.
Since Comic Con really is about the fans, can you tell me about some fan experiences you've had, either good or
Did you get
bad?
threatened by Button Lady?
I got threatened by Button Lady.
Where is
There was
she?
a woman who was at our panel last year. I made a really good joke about her last year. I mean, it
Yes.
was not at her expense.
Well, I get
But
it.
she came and she did like one of these when we were at the
Oh my
autograph
God.
signing today. She
Like
was
a
like,
stare down?
I
She's
got
gonna
you.
stick
Yeah.
like a button in your eye.
The security guy saw it, everyone saw it, so
Wow.
I'm just gonna stick close to
What
it.
did that mean?
What did you do to
We'll
him?
find out.
Didn't someone try to hug you really and then got killed by the security guard?
I'm not,
was me.
still not
I'm
sure
sorry.
what happened to him.
I think she's dead. Okay, someone came to give a parrot.
I did like a
And then
very
the guy's
physical
like,
hug.
then that guy disappeared.
And then all of a sudden I looked back and he was gone. Like 4 security just came in. I was like, oh dear God. I didn't want to. Yeah, it wasn't my fault. I just kept walking.
They just send you to space.
There's a lot of no space. Yeah. Yeah.
One ticket.
You're the
space.
one going to space.
Wait a minute. We just have to harass.
Yeah.
People are gonna be molesting you all day.
I know.
Space.
Yeah.
Space.
Space
Yeah.
jam.
Yeah.
That's how you molest people, just in case.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
Are you guys able to even like walk the floor or anything, or you just be
We
calm?
were talking about that. We tried the first year, I think. You lasted
Many
about
moons
37
ago.
seconds.
I said I have to get back to civilization.
Yeah.
It was
Even when we
a little
walk with
scary.
security, it
It's
seems a
little-
little.
Yeah.
One
That
year,
might even
I
be
walked around
worse.
with a Yoda mask one year down on the floor.
You have to go in disguise if you want to do it.
Yeah, I think so.
I walk with a Johnny mask. No one cared. I was
People just walked away from you. Oh, there's an actor.
And since you guys play these, you know, nerdy characters on the show, what would you say is the biggest misconception about nerds and geeks?
Everyone comes up to Melissa and says, wow, you're really beautiful. Everyone comes to Melissa all the time like, wow, you're really beautiful. You look busted on the show.
one person.
One person said that to her.
Misconception. No, today, anyway.
Another
Well,
person
she's an
said
actress.
that?
She's a chameleon.
Yeah.
That was in the character
she's
breakout.
You do look busted a lot.
I'm very
Really busted.
That's my goal at all times.
As well as
Busted.
Yeah.
Possible.
Busted.
When I'm in the makeup chair, I was like, do the busted look.
Yeah.
It's just a little more busted.
Yeah.
What was the question?
By busted by
Misconceptions.
that.
And they think that we're
Misconceptions and geeks.
definitely into the science, like not even the science as much as the sci-fi stuff. I feel like, and I feel generally you could probably throw a rock and hit somebody that was a huge Star Wars gamer or whatever, and I feel like the 4 guys on our show happen to not be into any of that stuff. Really. I mean, Kunal likes some. I'm not saying.
I like Star Wars.
But we're nowhere near
I
the
like
like
Star Wars.
the. You like Star Wars, but
I
you're
named
not,
my dog Boba Fett.
you're not dressed as Princess Leia today.
My hair's
Well,
pretty
it's still early.
Yeah, let's get on that Heineken.
So what are you guys in your own lives geeky about, or what gets you really excited?
Well, I just saw the Game of Thrones cast and I almost lost
Yeah.
my mind.
That was
Oh, yeah,
So I think I
you love
geeked
those.
out a little bit.
That was amazing. They're
I was
all
like, is the queen here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I fell right into it. Like a
Is the queen?
Yeah.
I know. I was lost
So
my
what
mind.
happened to Give me back my dragons? I love to say that. I just did a great panel. I totally dropped my panel size to all of them. 6,500 seats.
Yeah.
That's a
Just drop-
good, that's a
just
good
say
gig up
room
there at
H.
Comic-Con.
Yeah, although they were about to go out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I got nothing for them that excites them. But yeah, we like HBO.
Yeah.
Huge HBO nerds.
And Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Good, good.
His ass.
I say.